almost bizarre scenes at West Coast yesterday with the press conference telling us what we already knew, that Trevor Nisbett would be departing at the end of next season, if not before, if not slightly later, depending on whether they can get a CEO. I think the one thing that we did learn out of yesterday was something that we'd been questioning in the West Australian, is that he will be stepping away from the board and the new CEO will not be on that board. Which was an unusual position, Barra, because not many CEOs are on the board.
No, that's right. But during the press conference, one thing I was going to say, because there was a fair bit of argy-bargy, right, and a fair bit of direct questioning about when you're stepping down, why is it now going to be till October next year, do you need to oversee the person coming in, do you need to sort of, do a proper handover, are you part of selection? So it was pretty, you know what I mean?
Well, as it should be.
Yeah. Like it was more direct about, when you're leaving, mate. Mm-hmm. You're not leaving. What? So it's not today. You're still going on. What? Till next year? Oh, to October next year. And what happens if you haven't got a person by then? And the chairman, well, he might have to stay a bit longer. So it was pretty open-ended. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Is that where you came from on it all?
Open-ended, yeah, it was.
Your organisation?
I think the only news that really came out of it was that there's not, because we knew that was happening, but it was more that the CEO won't be on the board, which I think is the right thing.
Yeah, so it was a weird press conference. But the two things I wanted to add that were half newsy was, so there'll be a new board member, and I would strongly.
They haven't replaced Russell Gibbs yet, so there might be two. I know that there'll be no CEO won't be on the board.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So I strongly urge the West Coast Eagles to appoint John Worsfold.
That would be a good move.
In my opinion, Woosha is the absolute correct, perfect, ideal bloke for the job. With his background in admin, but also working in the mines now, and in leadership, but also having coached and played.
And a great football person, yeah.
And just a great guy.
Ticks every box, doesn't he?
I think it's time to go outside of the box, so to speak, and bring in an outsider. Okay, it's going to be tough. There'll be a lot of fearful people about it because they're used to controlling the agenda and having people there that they know
Correct.
how more or less they're going to act. I'm not saying Rowan Jones does that, but just saying that Woosha would be his own man, absolutely 100%. The other guy is Glenn Bartlett.
Yep.
I think they should consider the former president of the Melbourne Footy Club.
Who began at the Eagles.
Played for the Eagles, was best team man, then he sued him for sacking him. He's a lawyer. And he is not doing much. He's moved to Busselton now. Obviously, he spent 8 years rebuilding Melbourne and got him to the...
Did a pretty good job.
Yeah, and they won a premiership, and then the politics got him. Yeah. Because he tried to take on the coach, because he thought the coach was up to some stuff, and probably maybe, I don't know how he handled it, but he...
We don't go too deeply into that, because, of course, that was also... there was some legal action there, so
and I would
which has
declare
been dealt with.
as well that he's one of my good friends.
Did a good job at Melbourne.
Yeah.
Very good job setting them up, and I agree that would be a good appointment.
Monster job.